All right, today we're doing a deep dive into the world of centralized AV control. We're looking at one specific piece of gear, the Aurora Multimedia RXC-4-G2 ReAX control processor.
hmm
Our mission here is to, quickly unpack what this thing does, how this quad-core system really pulls everything together in a complex space like a big conference room or a lecture hall.
And, the first thing you see isn't even about the tech inside. It's the marketing. They make a huge point that it's made in the USA, and this is critical TAA compliant.
Right, TAA compliant. What does that actually mean for a buyer?
It's a massive shortcut for anyone in government or education. It means it meets the Trade Agreements Act, so procurement departments can just buy it.
Yeah.
No years of vendor qualification. It makes the sale almost frictionless, especially with that price point.
Which is what, around $1,600?
1598, yeah. So it's
Yes.
aggressive.
Okay, that makes sense from a business angle, but let's get into the hardware. It's a 1 gigahertz quad-core processor, 2 gigs of RAM. I mean, honestly, does it really need that much horsepower just to turn a projector on and off?
That's a great question. And the answer is yes, but not for the reason you think. That power isn't just for sending simple commands. It's running the whole ReAX software engine, which is basically a full web server.
A web server on the box itself.
Exactly. So it can serve up custom web control pages directly to literally any device with a browser. Your iPad, an Android tablet, a Microsoft Surface, anything. You don't need a proprietary expensive touch panel anymore.
So the processor is powering the user interface for everyone. It's platform agnostic because the control page lives on the hardware.
Precisely. And that's before you even get into the other built-in stuff like FTP, a browser, and a whole event manager for scheduling and automation.
Okay, so the brain is powerful, but that doesn't matter if you can't actually connect to the gear in the room.
And that's where the other half of the magic is. The port density on this thing is, well, it's comprehensive. It's designed to bridge the old world and the new.
Let's run through them. You've got 4 bidirectional RS-232 ports. That's pretty standard for things like projectors, right?
Yeah, the workhorses of AV control.
But then you see this. 4 IR or serial ports, TX only. In a world of network control, why are we still putting IR ports on new hardware?
It really boils down to cost and legacy gear. Think about a simple Blu-ray player or an older display. They don't need two-way communication.
Yeah.
An IR blast is the cheapest, most reliable way to control them. It just works.
So it's about not leaving any device behind.
Right. And then you get to the more interesting stuff for automation, the 4 relays, which you'd use for projector screens or window shades.
And the 4 I/O ports. With A to D capability, can you give us a practical example of where you'd use that?
Sure. I saw an installation once where they hooked up one of the I/O ports to a simple door sensor. The moment the last person leaves the room and the door closes, the system automatically kills power to the 500-watt projector.
Oh, that's smart.
It's 5 watts of control power, saving hundreds of watts of consumption. That's real environmental integration.
And underpinning all of this, you have dual gigabit LAN ports, and one of them is PoE, Power over Ethernet.
Which is a huge deal for installers. One less power brick to worry about.
Physically, it's what, a half-rack unit?
Yeah, one RU half rack,
Yeah.
tiny front keypad for some basic diagnostics. And again, the whole thing runs at just 5 watts. It's incredibly efficient.
So to sort of bring this all together for you, the listener, the big takeaway here isn't just the sheer number of ports. It's that a box like this solves the biggest headache for an AV integrator. Trying to get a dozen different pieces of legacy gear from different brands to talk to each other, this makes that whole process predictable.
It makes it TAA compliant and profitable. But this does leave me with a final kind of provocative thought.
Yeah.
We just spent all this time talking about a physical box, a piece of hardware bolted into a rack. In a world that's rushing towards cloud services and subscription software for everything, why is a device like this still so essential? What are the fundamental limits that a purely cloud-based system still faces when it has to control the hardwired reality of screens, shades, and projectors in a real physical room?
Something to think about next time you walk into a conference room.